Hey guys, today we are going to talk about Kaceytron's GoFundMe. It is no longer public, it has been taken down. Ethan Klein says, and Kaceytron admits that the GoFundMe will go to Ethan. Now, how much money is remaining? A lot of individuals are saying, hey, this is how you file for a refund. And it must taste bad, right? You have Kaceytron begging for money. You donate to her. GoFundMe takes a cut because that's how GoFundMe works. And then the money goes to the plaintiff, the person you don't want. In light of recent events, if you're looking to reverse your donations, given the new recipient for any amount above the legal fees, I'd recommend disputing this with GoFundMe, as settlement money is not captured by the term legal fees used in the description. It's good to indicate that you felt misled if that is the case. If they reject the dispute, try going to your credit card bank to dispute. Just a thought, and here in case people feel disappointed where their money may be going. Now, of course, Mike from PA, we're going to get to Mike from PA very soon, has a response. None of this is real. Okay, remember that. None of this is real. Any reasonable analysis of how much the lawsuit advanced in the trial process would indicate that all the GoFundMe money was spent on legal costs. Ethan is trying to get you to refund your donation so Casey owes money. Don't fall from it. So this is Mike from PA, who at some given time he represented himself as a lawyer. We'll get to this. And here's the Twitter account Gato Fumader, probably Ethan Klein's biggest hater. Litigious millionaire, Zionist podcaster Ethan Klein drools over the donations to Kaceytron's legal defense against his frivolous lawsuit. Now, one of the things Kaceytron had to say was the lawsuit was not frivolous. And if anyone were to know that, it would be the defendant of the lawsuit, yeah? So again, we have our Mike from PA, also known as Michael Breyer. He is a Republican turned Democrat candidate, called himself a lawyer, but isn't. This is a local news article. So how much stock can we take from what Mike from PA is saying if he has in the past called himself a lawyer, but isn't? Now, again, this is according to the Supreme Court of Pennsylvania. They literally struck him from the ballot. This is not a easy decision for them to make, right? And here's all the things. Now, there's two kinds of scenario. Let's go over one scenario. Let's go over the scenario where Kaceytron's GoFundMe went to her lawyers. So $50,000 were spent. Yeah, Mike from PA is probably right. That $50,000 plus was spent from paying these very expensive lawyers. Remember, Kaceytron has two set of lawyers. That was her decision. She has the largest legal bill of any of the three, any of the four, if you include H. Free Snark, who has a lawyer who did not even attend law school. Frogan has a lawyer that is the definition of, quote, boutique lawyer. And yeah, settlement makes a lot of sense here because she ran out of money. She was afraid of losing her home. Her family was going to be on the street. Any refunding of the GoFundMe would actually hurt Kaceytron. So Mike from PA is absolutely right about this. The refunding of assuming it was over $50,000, which I think is a pretty good assumption based on who the California law firm is. If you were to get a refund from GoFundMe, it would actually have to be paid by Kaceytron. If the amount was less than $50,000, then what H-Free Leftovers, H-Free Snark is saying would make sense. You would actually be hurting Ethan. So it depends on what the amount is. Is the amount over $50,000, which is the amount raised by the GoFundMe, or is it under? It's got to be over. Any lawyer, even Mike from PA, who is the Supreme Court, states Breyer listed his current occupation as lawyer when he was a law school graduate who had neither taken nor passed the bar. and who was not presently engaged in working with law in any way. The candidate's knowing and material representation cannot be characterized as a product of good faith mistake. Electors were material misled by the defect to the effect of potentially defeating, and this is the 69 News, right? Yeah, 69 News. Republican turned Democrat. So even a person who's not practicing law, who cannot portray himself as a lawyer, we're talking about Mike from PA, understands everyone in, one out. Even a person attending law school, from the first day, you will understand that, holy shit, the invoices that we're going to charge these people are going to break their homes. It's going to ruin their family. The money cannot be less than $50,000. Not for the lawyers that Kaceytron hired, specifically the lawyers from Los Angeles. Not for the 2 law firms he was paying. Not 1 law firm, but 2 law firms. One from Missouri, which I would imagine is the cheaper of the 2. And then the super expensive one that Denon's currently has. And the very fact that she settled at this point in the stage. So you had to pay your lawyers to write a response. That was probably $10,000, $15,000. You have to pay your lawyers to do research. That was probably another $10,000 to $15,000. You had to pay your lawyers to engage in settlement. And this doesn't include all the talks about how the weather is, how you guys are doing, it gets very expensive when you have 2 law firms on the same phone call and you're the one paying for both of them. It gets very expensive in settlement when you have to negotiate. Even Klein is fine. He came out with the apology. The apology essentially was basically all Kaceytron could give. There was no more money. There's no more money. The GoFundMe has been exhausted. $50,000 in terms of this legal case is cheap. If somehow she was able to get it under $50,000 at this stage, impressive. Especially with the Los Angeles law firm. Impossible. There's no way that a settlement could have been achieved at this part of the legal process for under $50,000, given the fact that she has 2 set of law firms, given the fact that one of the law firms is incredibly expensive, in my opinion. That would be the Denon's law firm. No way. So the GoFundMe is a non-issue. People are trying to make it an issue. I think even Klein knows it's a non-issue. He actually has the accounting, right? He actually knows what the private settlement reads. We don't know that. It probably will never come out outside of the public apology. We don't know what money Kaceytron has to send to Ethan. And if Ethan's lawyer is smart, he'll make sure the money isn't dependent on how much money is on GoFundMe, but the money is like a solid number, like $20,000, $30,000, $40,000. Does it really matter where the money comes from? No. Money is money, right? Green is green. Anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Bye, guys.